things weren't going very well.
You think?
Ooh.
Oh, by the way, welcome back, Hype.
Hello.
We have a lot to catch up
We
on.
landed somewhere.
You've come
from
just
the
in time
looks
for
of it.
Logan and I to make a guest appearance around these parts, because it's been freaking
I got
cold.
this.
Oh, no.
We are not
That
gonna
was the
shoot
least of
the
my worries.
dino.
The crash
Dinosaur
landing had
repellent.
damaged the van, so the time machine wasn't
I
working
mean,
properly.
if you're time traveling, why not
Not only
have
was
such a
traveling
thing at
back
the
to
ready?
Paris impossible,
I mean,
but
yeah.
we couldn't even raise Dimitri on the transceiver.
So unfortunately, we
Also,
are stranded
still
in
had
time.
no idea how
Unfortunately.
managed to develop
Yeah.
Although
time
it sounds like we're not completely
That
screwed out
is
of
a
fixing
scary
things up.
thought.
It's just gonna take some time.
Carmelita
Huh?
was still really hot about things. I just wanted a chance
Jeez,
to
think
explain.
of
to
the
tell her
difference
how
in
sorry I was for getting her mixed up in
what's the
all
word?
this.
The atmosphere in this place.
Or climate, yeah.
But like the climate in general's got to be like nuts.
I tried going after her,
Desert
but
to
I figured that wasn't the best idea.
give her some space.
Especially
Our
since we're technically in the
conversation would have to
BC
wait.
era.
At least until she holstered that pistol.
That would be good.
That would be good.
We decided the first order of business was figuring out where and when we were.
Oh, that
Yeah,
better
kidding
have been
me.
snow.
How we were going to repair the van.
Dude,
Otherwise,
help
we'd
it.
have to get used to living in a
I mean,
cave.
you could just, put that thing a little closer to the fire. But anyway, yes, Sly Cooper and the gang are stuck with the cave raccoons.
oh wait, gotta finish that spelling. There we go.
It lies. And perhaps we may not be as alone
Also,
as we once thought.
Also, I feel like I had to have brought this up before, but I haven't. I'll say it right now. How is it that this game doesn't have proper closed captioning in the game up until you see the title of it?
I don't know. I it is genuinely making me want to go. Oh God.
Oh,
It is
That's a
genuinely
big one.
making me. Yeah. It is genuinely making me want to consider going back and just looking at the options and see. But then like, I don't know why it would. How to put it? Like I feel like there wouldn't have been a setting for subtitles because there's already subtitles in the. Oh, by the way, I thought this was cute.
aww.
Yeah.
Where we had fun.
I want to ask, like, those
The
giant...
Murray is a natural artist.
Well, I want to ask, those giant pterodactyls that we're seeing flying around, is it a similar case to, like, how, like, in the second game, they're, like, when you're in Canada, the hawks that'll try to swoop down at you if you're at a high enough altitude?
Thank goodness, no. I believe they're just cosmetic for now, but I do have a feeling that a mission may take care of them in the future.
I
Okay.
noticed some of them have enormously large heads too. But yeah, now that we're actually playing this level proper, for being stranded, literally stranded in the not the Jurassic period, but just the caveman periods in general, things certainly look a little more civilized than what I was expecting.
Yeah?
Very
like
articulate
civilization.
in terms of its architecture and... Sorry, what was that, Doug?
I don't like the civilization. Makes me feel weird.
I want to be a caveman forever.
Makes me
Exactly.
feel stupid.
I want to grow my beard.
Well, I mean,
Longer than it already is.
I was
Yes.
about to say, like, you can be civilized and still grow a beard.
Or
Oh my god. Just... It's gonna be one of those days, like, somewhere, I can imagine, like, maybe 10 years from now, you'll literally grow your beard out so long you'll make Ramu blush.
hell yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's better to have me with a beard and then rather than not having a beard like I had in December.
That's a good point.
Whoa, I
The
was gonna say,
statue doesn't look. The statue doesn't look. It should fit here.
Watch
what the
this.
heck
that
is
later.
that?
What the fuck?
That looks like
Burr.
an asshole.
It looks like something that does not belong in this timeline.
It looks like someone whose taste in music would greatly differ from my own. Therefore, we must seek violence.
You like country, therefore I have to kill you.
But I will do it with this buckshot rifle in respect of your tastes and culture. Oh my
What?
goodness!
Maybe watch where you land before you consider taking the shot.
Yeah, too
I
bad there's no,
really
like...
thought I was close.
There really should be, like, a more visible drop shadow.
Also, as you're noticing, because of the finer resolution things, so, and I say this having recently been replaying the original Sly Cooper 1 because I've just been feeling that itch again after this, and because the Steam Deck allows me to now. Yay! Oh no!
Yeah, you.
Time to move. I think because of the high resolution, the thieving blue sparkly aura is a little too small at times.
In this game's case, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like
it's most especially apparent if you're if this happens to be your very first game.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, especially it's one of those things where I think one of the how to put nice. It's one of the things I would say is hang on, come on,
You can do this.
Nice cheat.
done.
First try.
Is that I got it. Never left it. Never had a single doubt. Is that yeah, no. A big problem I would say with this game is that it's definitely not you. This game definitely assumes you've had some experience with the Sly Cooper gameplay.
Well, considering it's a sequel, that would make sense.
The
I
fourth
mean,
one even.
at the same time, you say that hype. Technically, Sly 2 was, as a game, was played far differently from the original. So, it's one of those things where, like, whatever experience you may have already had with the first game isn't going to immediately click with that game.
Well, I still say that.
But between Sly 3 and this, they both definitely rely heavily on 2.
Right, because I was about to say, like, that in terms of, like, overall control scheme, there's not that big of a gap between, like, this and 3, so I feel like my comment still sticks.
Which I think
I'm just saying that, you know, just because it's a sequel doesn't automatically mean that, yeah, that's good. That's a, yeah, goes without saying sort of thing.
it is making me wonder now how many years was it between this and 3 again?
Sly 3 was 2005. This one was 2012 or 2013, I want to say.
13.
I think 12.
So there. Okay, so it wasn't just there was definitely a weight to this.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oof.
And I mean, I'll give the studio credit in that it's not like they shied away from advertising this game. It's just that they didn't do an awful lot of it.
I will say though, like, what little advertising there were some good bits, like some of the solo character vignettes, like Bentley calling like customer service.
Oh right, I forgot about that. This is awkward.
Or Murray's sensitivity over the fact he doesn't wear pants.
Yeah.
Don't talk about the pants.
And then you got the movie where the scrap movie where he actually was wearing pants.
Yeah, and Sly was wearing pants too.
You know what? That's the other thing I'm going to say right now. I just now remembered is that like, I think another reason why, at the time, more on this bucket of arrows later. I think a reason why the Sly Cooper movie, and I may have already mentioned it in any of our content, we put so many hours into this franchise now. Part of why I think the movie didn't sit well with me initially was just because, like, I don't know the voice actors of Sly, Murray, and Bentley for much else beyond Sly, Murray, and Bentley.
Well, Murray especially, because as far as I know, Murray has been Chris Murphy's like only role he's played.
And then I don't know if Bentley's done anything else outside of Bentley.
I can't think of anything.
I know Kevin Miller's done a couple things, but I had to look him up first of all.
Okay, that's not too bad.
But I had to look him up first of all, and then like, come on, get me onto the frickin' thank you. But so basically, between Sly, Murray, and Bentley, I always kind of felt this like, I don't know, like almost this kind of like camaraderie thing, like what we got here, where like the three of them just like this is just their job, and like they're at their job, but like this is like an old like friendly reunion thing. Like this is like their club, their like little gang that they do. So to suddenly recast Sly as somebody else just felt really odd.
Well, then again, we don't know the full circumstances of why they needed to recast him to begin with, because there could be like a lot of factors going into something like that.
All I remember is I know at some point on the Second Best podcast it was brought up at some point, but I may need to look back up that episode again and figure out like what was said. But I don't know. I also feel like enough time has passed that like you don't got to worry about an NDA if there's no company that's actually going to enforce it.
Well, I mean, like that. I'm
Someone
not saying
could tell
that.
someone.
I'm not saying that Kevin isn't allowed to be disappointed. I'm just saying that like we don't know if there was a good reason for him to be replaced. Is what I meant.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's fair.
I mean, let's not kid ourselves, though. It could just be a matter that even around this time, like, Sony as a whole made some pretty dumb decisions that didn't really pay off in the long run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want a no-brainer about that, look up the PlayStation All Stars.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I was about to say, yeah, and it's a shame because I feel like a Smash Brothers inspired Sony crossover, there is merit to that idea, and there were a couple of things that I did like about the All Stars Battle Royale, but it's just an instance of there's just like a lot of questionable decisions that they made that really ruined whatever like golden opportunity there was that game had.
Yeah.
It had a very... have you ever played that game, Doug?
No, but I've seen a couple of videos on it.
Okay, it always looked a little... It looked interesting to me. Like, first of all, my biggest like thing that I enjoyed seeing would be the way that the stages would take two different... Hey.
Yo.
Oh.
Would be how the stages themselves would take two different franchises and like mix them up together.
Yeah, I love that. Like that I honestly think is a genuinely good idea for like a game like that. And in fact, like, is it wrong for me to say that I wouldn't mind if Smash Brothers took a step at that if they ever make a new game?
Would
be nice.
Call it Smash Brothers Multiverse or Smash Brothers like Paradox or something like that. I don't know. Do something like that where the world, maybe like the stories of the worlds are collapsing or so. I don't know. But,
I mean, I know with Smash proper, like the closest we have to that is the
Subspace?
No, not that. I'm more so talking. It's more so the gimmick in Ultimate where like the morph.
oh yeah,
the
that
morph
warp.
gimmick.
That one transition gimmick where two levels can merge. And they I think it was a later update where they allowed it where like any two stages could be merged like that, and then that was it. Yeah.
I believe so. But yeah, that's about as far as the Smash Brothers took it. And I mean, I'm not gonna say it's outright necessary, but say if there ever is another game, maybe 5 or 7 years down the line, it would honestly be nice to see maybe 1 or 2 cases of deviation.
I mean, like, it just makes me think it'd come up with, like, some really amusing, like, visuals that can happen during fights. Like, say, for example, let's say you have a stage based on, like, Bowser's Fury, and, like, in the background, you could see Fury Bowser just rampaging around, and all of a sudden you see, like, the remaining Star Fox crew, like, fighting them in their ships trying to take them down. You know, stuff like that I'm sure people would get a kick out of.
Or maybe they could take it one step further and have it be, like, there's more than just one crossover gimmick, for lack of a better word.
That one, and finally.
And the code is up.
Oh.
Oh shit!
If I'm not mistaken, that thing will allow you to find clue bottles more easily on the radar.
Thank goodness. I can't really show it off here, but yep, that is finally the upgrade to allow you better work at finding them elsewhere. And
Bad news just got worse.
right off the bat, what's up?
Looks like a couple of pieces of the time drive broke off in that crash landing. I
Man.
need you to track down the missing components ASAP.
They landed nice in one hole,
Fortunately,
right?
the advanced trajectoral management processor is still functional, so I was able to calculate their most likely positions. Unfortunately, they seem to have landed in some dangerous terrain. The temporal sprocket appears to have fallen close to some pterodactyl nests.
You just made that name
And I'm
up.
afraid one of these prehistoric penguins might have gotten its flippers on the gravity encabulator.
Then shoot it.
Oh, they may look cute, but those little devils are nasty.
Shoot it twice.
This isn't gonna be a simple pickup, Sly. Get some photos of their precise locations, and I'll analyze them to formulate a plan. But watch your back. I don't think we're the first guests at this party. See the structure on that mountain? It appears to be some kind of conveyor belt system.
Yeah.
Definitely
Made by
not
someone
Ice
with
Age
poor
technology.
music
Get a
taste.
picture of that machinery, too. I smell a rat. Or possibly something even worse.
Just that's the thing. There's like a couple references to it, but no one ever just outright just calls it out that the Paradox is a skunk. He smells bad.
I think maybe she just needs to cool off.
I mean, why spell it out when the imagery speaks for itself?
Also, something I want to point out, that whole meeting, Bentley pointed out 2 of the 3 things that landed and their locations and
So there
whatnot.
you go.
Hey, Clockwork.
Yeah, there's Clockwork.
Hey, how you doing?
But
Oh,
like,
you
he
bastard.
never really talked about what was the third part that we were looking for.
Oh, it's because it's there.
There it is.
Oh no, that's a temporal sprocket.
Well,
Apologies.
we'll,
You already
we'll,
did- you already
well,
talked
quick, take a picture before it's lost.
Yeah, so we do need to deal with that frickin' thing.
Getting a shot of that pterodactyl
Hey,
with some
a specific thing.
Yeah. Let's come back when I don't look so appetizing.
Oh, Sly, it's not that bad. I mean, you're all full of fur.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, base them up, maybe get some nice seasonings, and I can see the appeal.
Just the idea
Not
of
helping
like,
Murray.
just the idea of like,
Now, no, Sly, you're not going to be appetizing enough. What he would want would probably be something that's bigger and fatter and just looks to have nothing but meat on its bone.
Oh!
just like his eyes in there, like,
perfecto,
just like
The
crawls
realization
into
kicking
a
in.
hole. Very,
calculator out of
yeah, like just that moment of.
Well, I mean, he might like it was an
behind me.
appetizer,
Don't look so
but
bad to me.
He's right behind me, isn't he?
Yeah, but the PlayStation All Star.
Oh, may I interest you in some turtle soup? Hey!
It's one of my. But yeah, just the PlayStation also, like one of my favorite freaking stages of how they did that was the freaking Loco Roco one.
Oh, yeah, it's
how-
all cute and colorful like the Loco Roco, then suddenly it just transitions to fucking Metal Gear Rising.
And
Right.
Ray just slashes through and busts the entire world open.
well,
and
what
then
was-
if you actually, but then if you go ahead.
what was the one that, like, the God of War stage where it's, like, the giant guy with the helmet, and then all of a sudden, like, the cutesy things invading? What was that game
Oh, yeah.
crossing over with?
Patapon.
Okay, Patapon. Patapon!
Yeah, and
Patapon!
And they all start throwing spears at him. He's like,
Yeah,
no, and
all
then-
it took
and
was
then-
some of those little guys to take out Hades.
and actually, yeah, and then in the Loco Roco one, if you stay on the stage long enough, Metal Gear Ray gets crushed by the big fat Loco Roco.
Ha! That's what you get for breaking the simulation, you motherfucker.
And I know
Yeah,
that,
there are some wild things there are some cool like concepts there. Just I wish knockouts weren't entirely dependent on super moves.
Agreed. I think that's part of what killed it.
Yeah,
Also,
there's-
the fact that there was little to no balancing
okay, that
within the time frame they were given.
right.
Yeah.
And then...
Because even now Kratos is still busted as shit.
Yeah, and then, lest we forget, like, I know it's a very easy complaint to make, everyone's made it, but there's also the very glaring omissions in characters that really should appear in a game like this.
Uh-oh.
Well, that's what happens when Sony gets stingy.
What the fuck?
Especially when they're stingy with their art. Speaking of which, meet the Grizz.
Sly, get a shot of that guy and maybe
AKA Hype's favorite character in the franchise. No, I think he's fun too.
I was about to say, like, I've heard you admit he's funny too, so don't lump just me into this.
I do like him. I think he is my favorite of the new villains introduced. I genuinely, even more so than the Paradox, I think he's my favorite of the new villains introduced in this, just with the personality and how he carries himself.
He's easily the funniest of them.
Come on, look this way.
Says, yeah, the Grizz. I mean, I think I've already brought this up before. He's a funny character. But I think I forget who said it, but it was said best that he pretty much just is this game's answer to Dimitri. Very much in his backstory and his motivations and whatnot.
Okay.
I don't blame you.
No way.
Only thing he doesn't have is that weird sense of vocabulary he has, which probably is for the best.
Yeah.
this whole place demands an investigation.
Speaking of which, I wonder how that bastard's doing back in the present.
I don't
Do you
know.
think-
We'll have to
Oh boy.
catch up with him later and hopefully.
Do you think maybe he plays poker with the remaining members of the Cooper crew?
What is there left?
Well, there's the
Because
Panda
don't forget, at the
King,
end of
there's
Slide
the
3,
Guru.
Well, don't forget. Slide 3 pointed out where all the gang have gone. The Guru's teaching the Beatles in Central Park because he figured that it was the last place the government would ever think to look for
There
him.
we go. Jeez.
And and the fact that
I'm not saying it like that. I'm just more so. I still hate that the fact that the smoke bomb. You get the freaking silent obliteration technique before you get the smoke bomb in this game.
I know it's dumb.
I hear you, pal.
But
Especially
then
when
there
that's like one of his most vital abilities you can buy.
Right, to get the people off your track. And there, now you can actually see I now have an actual meter underneath my health to show my consumable information. But what was it? But then there was also
There was
the
Guru,
Panda King,
Panda
and then the Panda
King.
King retired. But also he retired, but also swore that he would be the one to vet all of his daughter's suitors.
And as of now,
is
she's still currently
unmarried.
single.
Yeah, someone has yet to make the challenge and done. See, I don't need smoke bomb anymore.
I'm trying to think of like what other characters that Dimitri. Okay, dumb idea. Do you think because a good handful of them did essentially retire at the end of Sly 2? Do you think he would do poker night with any of the remaining living Claw Gang members?
Doubt it.
Yeah, I could see it. What was it? Rajan? Was it Rajan? Is
Yeah,
like
Rajan
selling
was a
used
carpet
cars or
salesman.
something?
That's right. I forgot about that.
Let me see. And I know that the Contessa ended up going into real estate.
That's true.
With what she's capable of, that's honestly perfect.
And I think my favorite is Bisson, where it's like, oh, he became an activist and he's, going to rescue endangered animals, but got frozen again when he was trying to rescue penguins.
So, now we wait.
Watch yourself, Sly, and don't alert the guards.
20 years
now.
later. No. 2,000 years later.
Yay, dog! That looks nice.
Thank you.
Oh, what looks nice.
The thing he posted in recordings chat. We saw that Disney short later, and I found another.
Now you are
Oh.
with that, Logan, you are contractually obligated to flash that on the screen right now.
Well, actually that depends. Well, that depends. Do you want that? If you want that image being shown publicly to people,
Sure.
Because it's only if you're gonna post on your Twitter, or okay.
I mean, it's nothing particularly explicit, so I don't see any harm in it.
Yeah, I don't mind it.
Mickey in fresh raw HD.
I have dominance power.
Ooh, spearhead.
Hey. Uh-oh.
Da.
I don't think we brought that up yet. As far as the stuff you could snag from mooks are concerned, I think they still keep the whole rule of like, whoa, easy
I don't
there,
know what's
Sly.
going on there. I apologize.
But I know they go under a tier system depending on the type of thing you snag.
Didn't the second game have something like that too?
Second game and third, they all did. At least
Yeah,
I think everything post Sly.
Oh, I'm glad I'm not
Cooper?
that poor guy. What's weird is that
That's odd.
kind of familiar.
That's a Cooper.
It's a raccoon, yeah.
Historic raccoon.
And this is interesting because, as we mentioned in a previous chapter, for the longest time we thought the oldest known Cooper was the Egyptian.
Distinct possibility.
But actually, it looks like the origin started well before that.
Like I said, there's the likely possibility that the Thieves raccoonist did not start with the first known
One
Cooper.
tiger skin coming up.
Or that went through certain revisions, or that I think the story was all crap.
Uh-oh!
Oops.
Woof! You saw nothing. You didn't see anything, big guy.
Right.
Yeah, I believe. Yeah, I think it was like. I think the story was that like, yeah, the Cooper line probably was Thieves long before Slight and Common, but that it was him that he was the first one to actually try and write some of the stuff down.
Right.
Makes sense, considering that would be around the time where, literature would be a thing.
Yeah. Written records and stuff.
Do you ever,
Even if, let's be real here, the first page likely had to be translated.
I was about to
because-
say. I was gonna say, like, do you think when any of the Coopers ever, like, continued writing on the Thieves Raccoonus, do you think they ever have to worry about, like, mistranslating what a previous generation wrote down?
Right. Time for some
I
rewind.
Possibly.
The art.
I could see that. Well, I think so. Like just different revisions, different versions, like try and edit down.
Also, I love how, like, look at that, Benaki on that picture that he was, Grizz was looking at.
Mhm.
Real quick, or, never mind.
Did you forget that this is no longer live?
Oh, right.
Dude.
Whoops, my bad.
I would if I could, but like you can kind of see it there.
I see the thing is like, wow, the Grizz is perfectly able to capture what an AI probably would have done if it was put through one of those
Oh
generators.
my gosh, you're right. Yeah, with
Oh
like the
my
same
God.
weird like oddly blocky shapes and got it.
Whoop.
And
A
you
little
have
too
to keep
close
jumping on
there.
things, otherwise you will continue to slide down the icicle in a.
Go grab that tiger skin, Sly.
Why?
Why the tiger skin?
I don't know why.
Well, he's
But yeah,
about
no,
to
like,
find out.
I mean, that is oddly impressive that the Grizz can actually capture something like that.
Oh yeah, just from just
It
from
takes
him
actual
looking back
effort
and
to
forth.
make your thing look like utter shit.
Not really.
Or at the very least, you know, a garbled mess.
Whoop.
Our next
Also,
costume.
need probably the most situational costume in the game, and I mean the most. Like that. After this point, you almost never need it.
I will also say, this one makes the least sense to me in terms of what we're doing. Like, you know, the samurai costume, you were wearing armor. It's fireproof, sort of. You're with the you know the
Ball and chain.
the jailbird costume. You have a massive like ball with you. Here, all you're doing is wearing a dead animal's skin and just channeling like, oh yeah, I'm sure the saber-toothed tiger maybe did something like this.
Well, I'm sure they pounced.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean Sly knows how to pounce. But yeah, the main thing they're used for is it's basically meant to be Sly's version of Snake's cardboard box.
You know what would probably have made more sense?
What?
Yeah.
If there was a prehistoric flying squirrel costume.
Maybe. I'm trying to think, like, can this Cyclone Pounce, can it also one-shot any enemy you use it on?
I believe so.
It does. Ow.
Huh, I thought I felt something.
Inconspicuous.
Also, random thought, that's gotta be weird for the saber-toothed tiger to see a dead saber-toothed tiger skin on the ground, ain't it? Like, he should be more freaked out by that, shouldn't he?
Should be. Yeah.
I say, evolution is a weird thing.
Oh, hey there, Jed.
Wait a minute.
Oh, good old cousin Jed.
I don't know where I was going with that.
You weren't
but,
much of a talker, Cousin Jed, but you knew how to listen.
Yeah.
You were always there when we needed someone to hear our problems.
I mean, let's just accept the fact that this is the same kind of... Like, this is a universe where elephants that are both either anthropomorphic or actual, like, four-legged creatures exist.
Yeah. It is odd how all this went in.
Oh,
I
they're
will
taking his
say-
cane too.
I mean, just like that.
Here's the cheese. Now I want to talk to you.
Like, that's the quickest we've actually seen someone hijack a cane.
Yeah.
We gotta grab that thing and fast. Also, yeah, the Grizz kind of tries to do this Gruntilda thing. I don't care. For some reason, I just don't care for his rhymes. I feel like they're a little too forced. Whenever he just starts talking by himself normally later, like then I think that's when he's at its best for me. Anyway, gotta be mindful of the lava bubbles.
Well, I think that was something that I think we've talked about a few times before, where it's like just, in general, characters that rhyme can tend to... Woo, like, just in general, characters that rhyme tend to be a little annoying after a while, but apparently Gruntilda is one of the few times where, like, it can consistently work.
Well, it's because they spare it out evenly, and her dialogue's actually funny.
And we're meant to, yeah, that's true. And just because she is just this cackling, like, you know, just taunting you the whole way, that should be enough loosening of the ropes.
Lift her up, boys.
Amazing! I've run comparison tests, facial features.
Actually, what are we even lifting?
The ropes that are holding back that net.
Turns out he's just been doing it himself, but yeah, he is our ancestor.
Found the very first Cooper.
Wow.
Sure, I see the resemblance.
Supposedly, and they're burning him alive.
Hey,
Yeah.
big guy, what do you say we get out of here?
Oh.
I think he likes that idea.
Well, it seems at least... Thank God he understands us.
Yeah.
Yeah, he speaks in nothing but gibberish. But so yeah, this is why I think James again. There would be no reason I should ever turn off subtitles because otherwise, how would we ever understand him?
Exactly.
Truly amazing
So,
to
yeah.
meet you.
I mean, it's also kind of a blessing in disguise. We can even understand him, and he understands
My
us.
name's Sly Cooper. What's yours?
Except this part.
Right.
Zobble Bob?
How about I just call you Bob?
Whatever.
That does seem kind of weird that, like, that's the one time where his gibberish can't even be understood, yet the rest of it's perfectly fine.
You want to go this way?
Okay, I guess we'll do it your way.
Thank you.
Yeah, trust him. He knows this place like that much more than you do.
Thank
So,
you. Thank you, Bob.
So, and on that part, boy, do we now have even more to explain to Jordy.
Yeah.
oh yeah, did we forget to mention that we have a guest coming along?
I don't know how she's gonna take to this. All right, stay tuned.
Till next time, everybody.
Hey,